Welcome to La Ventanita C.F, Inter Miami's wackiest podcast. I am your host, Wario 64, aka Bernie, aka Bernardita. I am here with our co-host, the illustrious, the wonderful, the I've ran out of adjectives. Akeem Kalypso. What's going on, Akeem?
You would think a teacher would know adjectives, but whatever. We're here finally.
You know what I teach.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we're back for our quarterly episode. Love it. A lot of things going on in the East. The East standings. The West standings are pretty close too, but the East is just holy shit. You could play a game of pachinko and just come up with any team, and you're good.
Yeah, this is a really great time to record a podcast because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on around the MLS that we're going to get into for sure. And it's definitely been a while, but spirits are high. I'm sure a lot of people want to hear us, hear our opinion and hear what we have to say about Inter Miami as of late and the MLS as of late. So for today, guys, we got a pretty great episode ready for you guys. We're going to, first of all, go around the MLS. Then we're going to go ahead and react to the last match against NYCFC, which was a one for the books. Another one,
interesting game, to say the least.
Another Drive Pink Stadium, orchestra or something. I don't know. These games are like they're crazier than a symphony. they're awesome, man. We're then gonna touch a little bit on Higuaín and Pozuelo's form as of late. Talk a little bit of Phil Neville, what we think about him, and our performances lately. Then we're gonna get into some of the breaking news from earlier this morning, which was the Pellegrini transfer to NYCFC or waiver pickup. We'll get into all the details there. Preview Toronto, which is happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. And last but not least, talk about those USA jerseys that leaked, which are a little bit controversial to say the least. So,
to say the very least, and even some players weighed in. So we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So without further ado, we're going to get started with around the MLS. We're going to go ahead and get started with the Western Conference. Is that cool with you, Akeem?
Go ahead and do the Western Conference.
Let's do it. So in the West, up top, LAFC, been like that for a little bit now. Second place, we got Austin, been like that too. They kind of been duking it out up there, hanging out at second place, but they're behind by 9 points. It's 57 to LAFC, 48 to Austin. Seems like LAFC might run away with that one unless we get something crazy. FC Dallas, big surprise at third. I wouldn't have called that one earlier in the year.
They've been doing a lot better lately. A lot better.
I mean, between Pau Arriola and Jesus Ferreira, it's been working really good for them. Minnesota, which actually took an L from Inter Miami not that long ago, but it's kind of tight in that 4 through 7 range anyway. The only difference between 5 points. But Minnesota is in 4th right now with 38 points. You got Real Salt Lake right under them with 37. LA Galaxy with they're up 2-0 now. We missed a goal as we started.
That actually will affect the standings because I actually updated this like about an hour ago. So that does not take into effect that there's a match going on right now and LAFC are winning 2-0. So that would put them.
Don't you have the Galaxy at 6?
Yeah, but that was from earlier.
That's still true. They're still
okay, cool.
Yeah,
but not the point. But the points aren't updated.
Yeah. They're at 36 points now.
Okay,
but
so that still puts them in 6th. Okay.
But they're still in 6th place, and then Vancouver with that final playoff spot at 33 points. You got Nashville with the same amount of points at 8th. Portland's not too bad. Portland's up in 9th. They've had a crazy season there. Seattle surprisingly in 10th, but they're not out of it. They're only a point out of the playoff race there.
Yeah.
With 32 points. They do have a match in hand though, and they're losing right now. So
yeah,
they very much need this result here. Which, hey, if they can get a draw, that can get them up to 33 and tied with 7 through 9 there. Colorado, they were playing good earlier in the season, but seems like something's going on over there because they're at 31 points, but still not so far. Now. Yeah, they got Jazzy not earlier in the season. The Dynamo, 25 points, pretty out of it. Once we get to these final 3, San Jose 24, Sporting KZ 23, I would say those 3 teams are probably mathematically or close to mathematically.
Your boy Peter Vermees down there, boy. Hey. But
Yeah.
it's been
Let's talk about that.
the West has been out. Even like the East has been close, but there's a little pack in the West, like between 6th and let's call it 11th. It's kind of close, but the East, oh my goodness, this a whole nother. The East is a whole nother beast, I should say. We got Philly at 48 at the tippy top. Nice little gap there. You got one tier, then you got the next tier. It would be CF Montreal. Then we have with 43 points. Then we have NYCFC with 42 and Red Bull New York with 40. So that's the next tier. So you got the Philly at the top. You got a little gap. Then you got the three teams. Then it gets interesting. I'm just gonna run through them real quick. Columbus with 34, New England with 34, Orlando with 33, us with 33, Cincinnati with 33, Charlotte with 32, and Toronto with 30, and Chicago with 30, and Atlanta at 39. So from, I would even say 4th all the way down to 13th. There's
No,
what?
don't stretch it. Don't stretch it.
I'm gonna stretch it a little bit.
There's a 6-point gap between 4th and 5th.
True.
Nah, that's a.
No, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
no.
just to illustrate how close. Because I'm going to throw Atlanta in there too. Because they're 29. They're 29 points.
13. I'll put 5 through 13, even though they're a
Yeah.
dumpster
Okay.
fire.
Let's do that. Let's do 5 through 13. Even that 5 through 13. That is so close with about 8 or 9 games left. Anybody can be anywhere at the end of the season. And don't forget, one of our games got moved because of the Open Cup. The game against Orlando City got moved to the second.
Talk about it.
Yeah, to the second to last day of the second to last game, I should say, of the season because of Open Cup. So that actually changes things a lot. Orlando fans were happy because they get their Open Cup tie, and it's easier for them because they would have had 3 games that week. But it kind of helps us too because Campana will be back by then. If anything, I think I saw a video of him working out. He might be ahead of schedule, if anything.
Yeah, you get the chance of getting Campana back, and you want to, if you want to look through rose-colored glasses, I guess you could say that's one of the things you could say. But I'm not. I am so fucking pissed about that. Like, I just, you mentioning it, I had completely forgot about it. I guess I buried it deep in my fucking heart or something. But there's just like a fire inside of me, right? Mm-hmm. Where of course they're gonna accommodate for Orlando City and yada 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 and all the Open Cup, and that helps them out for the final, and they got 3 games in a week. Fuck them. Fuck the MLS. That's fucking bullshit.
It is.
It really fucking is. Honestly, you don't see that happening in European football. They don't move games because of a Champions League final. They make the Champions League final. They schedule it when it's like appropriate. And if the Open Cup can't schedule appropriately, then you have to deal with it. It's part of the game. All right. And here's the thing to me: if they would have kept the game where it is, then Orlando, guess what? Play a fucking C squad then, and come get your fucking ass kicked like you should. Mm-hmm. Come get your ass kicked like you should and lose the points. If you're gonna go into the Open Cup, then put all your fucking eggs into the Open Cup, all right? But don't come to me and then have to reschedule the game. Now, like, it to me it's fucking bullshit. And the one thing that I'll play devil's advocate and say whatever, like, all right, what if it was Inter Miami, right? What if it was Inter Miami playing?
They did it for Seattle. They did it for Seattle, just so you know.
What, in the past?
They did it for their Champions League game.
Oh, for their Champions League, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's Seattle and it's Champions League and I wanted them to win, I could be happy about that, whatever. But I don't know, dude. I just feel like, all right, like, what if it was us, right? Mm-hmm. What if it was us in the Open League, in the Open Cup final, and we're playing that game? Would I want it to be moved? To be honest with you, I don't expect it to be moved. I really don't.
No,
I
wouldn't.
I just expect us to have to, play a C team against Orlando at home, and fuck it. Who gives a fuck? Fuck you, Orlando. Yeah, tough it out. We're going to be the Open Cup champs anyway. But it seems to me like Orlando's a little bitch team, and they're going to get their fucking asses kicked by Sacramento Republic, and I can't fucking wait.
That's the only thing. They better fucking win. They better win. They have all the cards stacked for them. They got a game moved. They've played I think their last 4 Open Cup games at home. They have had everything just easy for them.
Everything about Orlando says they're not going to win. Everything about Orlando says that Sacramento Republic is gonna fucking just
Yeah,
break their hearts.
I
Break
know
it.
the Orlando
I
fans
can't
today,
wait.
especially because they were in my mentions when I was talking about this. Because I basically tweeted, I tweeted on my personal account. I was like, I don't want to hear about Inter Miami being like favorited or the league doing shit for us ever again. I don't want to hear it, especially from Orlando fans. They got a game against their biggest rivals moved because they're in an Open Cup final against a USL team. If they're that scared of a USL team that they need the help, then that just says a lot about Orlando. And they were my fans. Oh, we don't need help. I'm like, so what is getting a game moved? You got a game moved. Well, that's not help. It's like, no, that's just the league looking out for us. So that's help. Just admit you needed the help. That's all. If you guys are like, you know what, this is good for us. It helps. At least admit that you need the help. Don't act like, oh no, we don't need that. Then, but y'all are mad happy though. Nobody's mad that none of the Orlando fans are mad. I looked at the comments. None of the Orlando fans are mad. They're all relieved. They're like, oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much. They're fucking little bitches. Like that is how it is. They need the help. It's fine. We didn't need help when we traveled from California to Montreal and picked the points on the road.
4 points. 4 points.
Picked up 4 points. Also, keep in mind, I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it just because, one, we'll have Campana, which is good for us, and two, we have a better home record than they do. We have a much. They have a losing home record right now.
Yeah, no, we've built a fortress at Drive Pink, just like Phil likes to say.
I think it's I think we're like 7-3 or something like that, or 6-3, something like that. If you have the standings up.
We'll get into the Campana thing later, but we'll see. We'll talk about it. I don't really care much for it. But let's go over the games tomorrow. You know, I think we said enough about it. I'm not going to give them any more attention. This is I don't want this to become, obviously it has to do with Inter Miami, and that's why we're talking about it.
Exactly.
I'm tired of talking about them. So tomorrow at 6. We're kicking off with New York Red Bulls versus Cincinnati. That does affect us because Cincinnati is tied with us on points, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are? Okay, cool. So what's the next match coming up?
Then we got DC home at Philly. That's first versus last there, so that doesn't really affect us as much.
Yeah, no, we don't really...
We don't care about that one. The next game, however, Montreal versus New England, that does kind of affect us. Because I'll
definitely New England
real quick.
We're rooting for Montreal there. Yeah, New England's ahead of us by a point.
Yes, and New England tied their game against, I believe, Toronto, which was it Toronto or New York? No, it's Toronto. I'm pretty sure it was Toronto. And we needed Toronto to win that, but they tied, so neither here nor there. Because they were at fifth with a win. So
Toronto's kind of coming up in a way.
They've been doing a lot better with their two new players. Then, of course, you have us versus Toronto, which should be an interesting match. Pozuelo playing his old team. Toronto has been playing pretty well lately with their two new players.
Toronto and Chicago have kind of come back from the dead.
That's true, yeah. Then you have Minnesota playing Austin in the West. Don't really care about that. Colorado, Houston, same. Salt Lake, Vancouver, and San Jose, LAFC. Those games are at 8, 9, and 10 o'clock respectively.
Yeah, Sunday then. On Sunday, we got at 5:30 Columbus, Atlanta United. That is an interesting one because we're rooting for Atlanta United there.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of help us out with that. Yeah, because they're at 29. That'll bring them up to around 11th or 10th place if they win that. So we need Atlanta. I'm going to call up Max and I'm going to call in some favors.
Then Chicago, NYC. Doesn't really affect us too much.
Chicago, but the next game, though, Charlotte versus Orlando, we definitely need Charlotte's help there. Even though Charlotte is only 1 point behind us.
I would say draw is good for us.
Yeah, draw might be the best. I was just thinking, if we win and they draw, then that helps us out. And the last two games are West Coast games. We got Kansas City playing Portland and Nashville playing Dallas at Geodis Park.
Hey, and an interesting note, I'm looking at the schedule here. We keep getting these Friday games, which is awesome. We
got Friday games coming up?
Yeah, today we got Seattle, LA Galaxy. Next Friday, we got Seattle, Portland, and LAFC Austin. So, pretty good Friday night coming up next week, too.
Those are some good games to watch. Yeah.
Let's stay tuned in. The MLS is getting nice and spicy, getting some Friday night matches as well.
They need to do more Friday games, to be honest.
They do. I'm glad it's kind of the season to do it now, I guess. Football's not really on yet.
And is it Friday night
football? Not really. Yeah.
Preseason just started.
All right. Well, I guess with that, we can get right into our reaction to the game against NYCFC. Um, I thought it was a good atmosphere at Drive Pink
It was
Stadium.
good
The rain delays have kind of stopped as of lately, which is good
for now.
for now. Yeah, I actually showed
Yeah.
up. I showed up around the 10th minute or so. I was running a little bit late that
Yeah, I
day.
remember you got there a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit late, but I didn't miss much as far as action goes. Um, NYC's first score, can't put my finger on it exactly.
I can pull up the.
But they did go up 1-0. They did go up
Mm-hmm.
1-0.
Mm-hmm.
We quickly did respond. It was the Pozuelo goal. And
Yes. Great
and
goal.
even before NYC scored, I felt like we had a really good control of the game.
Yeah,
Not sure
we
how
had a
the
really good
possession.
game.
Yeah, we were getting the better opportunities as well. I liked our chances, and there was a few Pozuelo plays where we're just like shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, and like you could feel the energy from
Yes.
Pozuelo. It was actually a really funny thing. As I was walking in the game, I saw Javi and Thiago. Thiago, which is super awesome. You've seen him all over.
Yeah,
You saw
that
his
kid is
interview with
great.
Higuain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's
kid
at
is
it.
great.
Ever since that interview, we've been playing great too. He's had a little bit of energy. Thiago's awesome, man. What a great spunky kid. And I come up to him and man, he should be recording this podcast. He's awesome. I
Yeah.
go up to him and I'm just like, all right, man, what's going on, Thiago? I go, who's gonna score tonight? Who's gonna win? He's like, Inter. I think he called like 2-1, 3-1, something like that. I go, who's gonna
Smart
score? He's
kid.
like, who's gonna score first? He's like, Pozuelo. Perfect. Boom. On the nose, Pozuelo. As soon as that's happened, I went up to him. I was like, dude, you called it. He's like, I told you, I told you.
By the way,
So
for
that
those
was
who don't
awesome.
know Tiago, I think Tiago's what, 7 years old now?
7. He turned 7 at
Yeah,
the
he
game
just turned
against
7.
yeah, not the NYCFC game, at the last home game, I
It
believe.
was yeah. The game
Yeah,
before that, it was his birthday. Yeah.
we celebrated his birthday in the stands, and that was really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
he got to interview not only the Higuain, but he got to meet the whole team. He's I think his dad told me a funny story how he told Phil Neville that he was a bad coach, but he's
he,
doing
they,
better.
yeah, he goes, hey coach, last year you were really bad, but this year you're doing a lot better.
hey, hey,
Hey,
that's perfect. That's perfect,
hey,
man.
kids don't lie.
Hey,
Kids do
yeah,
not lie.
kids have no filters, so he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Um,
he told you how it
who
is.
was that first goal I was looking up now? It was Andrade. T Andrade. That was Thiago, that's his name. He scored the first goal. Then it was Pozuelo who came back. But yeah, that was the thing I was screaming about
Well,
Pozuelo. He needed to just take shots because he had so many opportunities just to like take a shot, and you could tell he got more into the game later on. But I feel like we needed that like early on. I mean, we ended up pulling out the win, yes, but just something that I made a mention of. But like sometimes you just gotta fucking pull the trigger and shoot. Because our team likes to
yeah.
get to like the 6-yard box and shoot. That's like our thing lately. It's working, but we could have been scoring double the amount of goals if we just put in a mixture of popping shots from outside and then doing the whole dribbling thing, getting to the 6-yard box and tapping it in. We need
Yeah,
to
like
do a little bit more of both.
yeah, we can't have too much of the Jan Mota 3-pointers, but a little bit
But
more
at
Jan
least take
Mota
a
3-pointers
shot.
wouldn't hurt. Yeah, at least take a shot when put a shot on targets as the keeper. But all in all,
Yeah.
it worked out. I'm remembering more of the goal now. It was a beautiful pass from Bryce Duke. Remember, it was a beautiful feed from him.
Bryce Duke at
It
it
was a
again.
it was a give and go. It was a give and go. I believe Pozuelo found Duke. Bryce Duke with a nasty assist, dude. Like this kid is just
He's a
something.
baller. The kid
something
balls.
something out of my dreams, dude. Like I remember Matthew Doyle, I think, tweeted yesterday something about this is MLS 14.0 because New England was putting two 17-year-old midfielders
Oh
to
my
hold out at the
god.
match. And
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
that's
like
right. Yeah.
Bryce Duke to me is like MLS 8.0 or something. He's just like, we got this kid, what is he, 21? And he I don't think we've mentioned it, but one thing we noticed, they always put a video when the team's walking out. And when he's in the starting 11, he walks around the crest. The team, we're going to go ahead and talk to the team. That crest needs to be made smaller because everybody just walks all over it. But the only motherfucker who respects the crest and walks around it is Bryce Duke.
I didn't
Bryce
even
Duke
notice
is
that.
not from Miami. He's not from Miami.
No.
He has no relation to Inter Miami, but he knows what it means to wear these colors and to have this badge on his chest. He knows what it means. And to me, I'm just such a big Bryce Duke fan. I've been thinking about who to get this jersey on, and Bryce Duke is really one that I'm considering a lot. I was thinking about getting Messi.
Yeah, oh
Messi
god,
10, but
don't
I
be like
wanna-
those
I don't wanna
guys
jinx
who
it.
who got their Falcao jerseys last year. Don't be like
Nah,
that.
nah, but we're getting Messi. We're getting Messi. In my head, it's like a 99% chance we're getting him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
FYI,
But
Bryce Duke leads the team in assists. He has 6 right now. The next closest are Gregory, Lassiter, and Pozuelo, all with 3.
double of all of
Yeah,
them.
Campana is leading the team. Oh, Campana and Higuain are tied with 8 goals. Robert Taylor has 3. Lassiter has 2 because he picked one up in the last game as well.
Yeah, he did.
And he's another person who's improving.
Yeah, so we'll get into that as well. But before we get to the last to go, we do have to mention these stupid refs that don't know how to blow a whistle after the ball's been cleared. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times. Yeah,
I buried that in my memory. Oh God, you reminded me
Yeah.
about that. I was so upset.
Yeah, I was irate. I was really pissed about it.
Yeah,
But
the second half was 10 minutes.
Here's the thing though. We'll wrap it up with this, and we'll get into the this next topic here. The game went well, right? We were down 2-1 going into the second half, and we were able to get that Lassiter goal off what was somebody fell. I forget who fell.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It was both players from both sides.
Yeah, and the referee didn't call it. He let play, which to me was a great call. Not only from Inter Miami side, like there was really no foul there. It was just 2 players flopping, trying to make a big fucking deal. It was a chippy game, whatever. And, NYCFC wants to act all confused, but whatever, dude. You guys got a fucking goal off of a 2-minute, it was 1 minute that they were supposed to get a stoppage time. They got fucking 2 minutes. Get the fuck out of here, whatever.
It was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, yeah.
Yeah,
and then the second half.
Higuain found Lassiter, and Lassiter taps it in pretty easy there. So good for Lassiter to get his second goal. The game's tied at 2-2. And then, last but not least, NYCFC made an errant pass in the back. Pozuelo takes advantage, and it's game over. Drive Pink is
easy gift, just
blowing up. Yeah, I'm glad he put it away because the Inter Miami of old would have maybe found a way to fuck that up.
Yeah,
but see, that's why you heard it here that Pozuelo was the most important signing in Inter Miami history, and he's proving it. So that's getting into the next phase of what I'm talking about. This kind of started a little bit before Pozuelo arrived, which kind of made the whole thing so much better of when he got here. But we've spoken about how this version of Inter Miami is not the same as the first 2 years. How you're seeing a team that has a lot of fight, that is willing to come back from games. They can go down 1-0, they can go down 2-0, and they're still not out of it. And even as a fan, like there's no worse feeling to me than when Andrade scores that goal and we're down 1-0. There's like, my heart just sinks to my ball sack, and I'm like, am I really gonna witness a loss when we need a win so bad tonight, when we really need it? And I keep telling myself, I go, dude, this isn't the first time we go down 1-0. We can make it back, and we do. And then the second one happens, and again, my heart is in my fucking asshole again. This time it's further down, and I'm freaking out. But I'm like, you know what? This is 2 goals. That's it. All we need is 2 goals, and that's it. We got this game. Don't let up. And as a fan, that's all you ask for, is to be in every game, no matter how much you're down. Even if you're down 3 goals, like, go ahead and rally, get 3 goals and get the draw, or get 4 and get the win. This is MLS. You see 4 or 5 goals all the time, right? And finally, I feel like we're in the MLS. I feel like we belong. I feel like we're competing in the MLS, and it feels good to not happen. And I think it's a direct correlation of not only Pozuelo being in form and fitting in like he's been here the whole time, but his relationship with Gonzalo Higuain, and Gonzalo Higuain's form as of late. He's been playing the whole game. Who would have thought? The whole game, right?
Not me.
You're right. But I did say, and we'll roll back, I said, a lot of people, get rid of him. I said, it's not worth it to get rid of him. You never know what happens to Campana. He gets hurt a lot. We need someone, right? Hey, is your video frozen? Are you there? Oh, there you go.
I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, right? Like, he could have a little bit of a resurrection. And I think he mentioned something about an announcement he's got in December or something. I think he's going to retire.
I think he'll play one more. I think he'll announce like, hey, this is my retirement season. He'll do a fucking a tour or whatever, a farewell tour. That's what I'm trying to say. He'll do a farewell tour, and then that's it. I think that's what's going to happen now.
All right. Well, that's a possibility, because we can get into this now, right? The form's great. Maybe we'll talk a little bit of Neville lately, but since you brought it up, there is the fact of our DP situation. We have a very precarious DP situation. At this moment, our 3 DPs are Rodolfo Pizarro, who's out on loan to Monterrey. There is Gonzalo Higuain, who has a team option next year. and there's Alejandro Pozuelo, who's under contract for next year and I believe beyond. I'm not sure, maybe a year more or half a year, something like
I'm
that.
pretty sure that's correct.
So what that entails is this: for next year, either we buy out Pizarro, or we get a dime or two, try to make up, similar to what happened with Pellegrini, which we're gonna get into now, right? Which I think will happen. I think we'll end up buying him out. Definitely now that Pellegrini's gone, we'll buy him. We have the opportunity to buy him out, and that opens up a DP slot. Pozuelo will be the other DP, right? The one DP. And then if Higuain doesn't come back, that leaves us with two DP slots. With one of those DP slots, you have to fill up a striker. You have to. Now, you don't necessarily have to go out and look for a world-class striker to fill that up if you
No.
just pick up the option on Higuain. I've brought it up to a few people, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's just a good rash of games," and da 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 da. But now that Pozuelo's there, I want to see what a full season looks like between Pozuelo and Higuain, and I wouldn't
I
mind.
agree.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind him coming back. I also wouldn't mind him retiring if that's what he wants to do. I wouldn't mind him retiring and us, looking for another younger striker. That works in my book too. But we
I
definitely,
think. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. No,
I think that it works pretty well with them too, because he finally has someone that can actually that understands the way he plays. Because that was one of the big issues in the past couple of years, was he was frustrated because nobody understands his play, and he's trying to play his way, and he's very bullish on his way because he's an older guy and he's a veteran, so he knows what he's doing. So he was very bullish on, this is how we play, this is how we do it, and people weren't getting it and stuff like that. But Pozuelo gets it somehow, some way. I'm not complaining. So he understands how he wants the ball and how he wants to play, and it's working. So that's why I think he'll come back for at least one more season.
Well, here's the thing. I think he gets a little bit misunderstood in that sense. I don't think it's a style of play thing. I think it's more of a skill thing. He mentioned in an interview, I was watching parts of it, where before he would have to come backwards a lot to come get the ball. And that to me is a testament of what I've always said about the MLS, is that the MLS is a very athletic league, but it's not a very skilled league. And as far as the passing goes, there's not a lot of accuracy in the long passes, in the through passes and stuff like that. But what you're seeing between Bryce Duke and Alejandro Pozuelo is the most magical and skilled wizards that Inter Miami have had as passers. Rodolfo Pizarro, in my eyes, was a great dribbler, but not a great passer.
True.
He's a great dribbler. He was a pretty good finisher, but as a passer, he wasn't what we see even with Bryce Duke, or even nowhere near Pozuelo. So what's happening now with Higuain is he has two guys in Bryce Duke and Pozuelo that can both find him and find each other, and you're building this triangle. And Robert Taylor as well. It's coming in good. The forwards are really meshing well, and it'd be great to see another season. The other thing I was gonna say is that Pizarro spot, that open DP slot, I think you got to save that for the possibility of Messi. I think you got to.
But do you think we're getting that that soon?
Messi's contract ends in June 2023. We're about to enter 2023.
Ooh.
June 2023 is during our season.
True.
It's
so you leave it open for the first half of the season?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And watch, it's gonna happen.
For
It's
Messi's
gonna.
worth it.
We're
I
not.
can see that.
We're not going into next season with even a new DP. Get ready for it. Next season, it's gonna be Pozuelo, Higuain, or Pozuelo and another striker, and you're gonna see that open DP slot until we find out what's gonna happen with Messi. 100%.
Keep it open until you figure out until you figure what his status is.
Yeah, and if you don't get him, then you go and sign somebody else. But with the possibility of getting him, you have to leave it open.
Yeah. He's gonna sell jerseys.
Yeah, not only that, you slot him into the 10, and you slot Pozuelo on the wing with Robert Taylor or whatever, dude, or Bryce Duke. Fuck, dude, that's the shit in my dreams. I'm fucking jizz all over myself if that
The
fucking
Open
happens.
Cup is ours.
I'm gonna have to buy some new pants, dude. Yeah, Open Cup for sure, and then maybe even MLS Cup. Who knows?
Hey.
But it's nice to dream, right? Nice to dream. Speaking of that, right? With kind of related to that, with our form as of late. We were talking about it in the chat today, in the Vice City chat. It seems like Neville's pretty secure.
Yeah.
I
see him staying.
Yeah,
He's gonna stay.
I see him getting next year. I don't want him to. I really wish that they try to instill a new system. But I'm not angry to keep him either. I think it's good. I think some consistency will be good for this organization after they
Yeah,
fired
finally.
Alonso after one season. Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit of consistency and
it's starting to feel more like his team now. Like they're playing well, they're playing for him. Because that was a big issue with the first and second year. Is it didn't feel like they were playing for the coach or they respected the coach, and they weren't gelling as a team. But now you see it, especially a lot on social media. You see them hanging out and posting videos together, and it feels more like you hear about Yedlin and not Campana, Yedlin and Calendar hanging out and doing meditation stuff, and the team is gelling and like having fun together as a team, which is not something you can say about the team in the last couple of years.
yeah. We saw Bryce Duke with Indiana Vasilev at the Inter Miami 2 game.
That's right. Yeah, we were at the Inter Miami 2 game, and we saw them at the bar, and we went up and said hi to them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we saw them. They came and showed us some love. That was great. Bex, we were talking about Bex that game too, and Phil. They're there like watching their kids Victoria. We were talking to Victoria a little bit.
I saw after I had left that game, he was taking pictures with you guys. So
Yeah. Hey, by the way, guys, if you haven't been to an Inter Miami 2 game, we did it for the first time the other day. Must do. If you love
it's a
Inter Miami,
nice vibe. It's a nice vibe.
it's a great vibe. It's awesome, dude. It's so cool. And our Inter Miami 2 team is great, dude.
They're doing good.
Benjamin Kramasi, who was at the MLS All-Star game, nasty.
We had the most. I think we had the most people at the All-Star game. We had 3 players and the coach.
Yeah, 3 players and the coach from the Inter Miami 2 from the MLS Next Pro. Kramashi, Borgales, is Borgales his name? I can't remember
I think so, yeah.
the striker. Yeah, Borgelin.
Borgelin,
Borgelin's really good.
yeah.
And I can't remember who else made the MLS All-Star team, but it's a great experience. You guys should definitely go check it out. As far as Phil goes, I was of the opinion of this and that, but all right. So let's put this scenario here. What if we don't make the playoffs? What if we crash and burn, don't make the playoffs? I say fire.
I say they're gonna, like I said before, even if we don't make the playoffs, at least keep him for one more year. Because, like I said, it still finally feels like his team. Because if we miss the playoffs, it'll be just barely. I don't think we're gonna like lose the rest of our games. I think if we don't make the playoffs, we'll probably be like 8th or 9th, maybe 10th, depending on results. It'll be something like, oh well, this team had a win over us and the goal difference, because everything's tied up right now. So I don't think we're gonna crash out, but it'll be like probably 8th or 9th that we'll just barely miss.
I disagree. If we get 8th or 9th, I think he's out. I don't know. I just can't see it. I can't see it. 2 years, no playoffs. Like, oh.
But we're playing better. We're playing much better. This is the best we've played. So why fire him now?
It is. It doesn't make sense. I'm being emotional, but I just really want to make the playoffs. I feel like even if we make them and we lose like 5-0 in the first round, I feel like we'll still keep them. But I think we shouldn't. Like I think we shouldn't, dude. I think the expectations for me are really high on this team. It's a great team.
FYI, by the way, Inter Miami 2 is in 5th place, 1 point below the playoff line right now.
Yep. And they're a fun team to watch. Definitely tune in anytime they're playing.
Yeah,
you can watch all the games for free.
Yeah, all the games are free on MLSNextPro.com. They're currently 8, 7, and 4.
About $7 in taxes when you show up to the game.
Yeah, it was $5 and then $2 with the fee. So yeah, $7 to watch, reserve team play. Like that's not bad. Food was decent. A little bit expensive, but it's stadium food.
We had a glizzy. Yeah.
Had the nicest glizzies.
Yeah, and I was getting litty. I was getting litty. It felt good to be there. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, it's very chill. Normally we're all like crazy and sweaty and jumping up and down, and we're hoarse the next day because we lose our voices at the game. But it was nice just to chill. We were singing a little bit still because they had some of the Southern Asian people there. But it was nice just to chill and just watch the game. And the score was like 4-3 or something like that, or 4-2. There were a lot of goals. I'll look it up now, but there were quite a few goals.
It was 4-2. I'm like 99% sure it was 4-2.
And then the game after that, they tied their game. So like I think they're unbeaten in 7.
That's great, and
we're
really unbeaten. Well. Check how long we've been unbeaten.
Yeah, wow. It was 4-2, and then we tied with Philly Union 2 the game after that. So yeah, we're unbeaten in 7.
How long have we been unbeaten? I believe we're on a 5 or 6 game unbeaten streak too.
I believe the last game we lost was against Philadelphia a while ago, like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
I'm looking up now.
check that up for me now. But as Akeem's checking that, I'll get into our next topic. My bad. You guys see me looking to the side. By the way, Seattle scored. It's 2-1 now.
Nice. Yeah, last game we lost was Philly, and we lost Orlando before that.
All right. So how many games ago was that?
1, 2. Oh wait, we lost to New York and Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, after that one, I guess.
So it was Orlando lost, Miami lost. We beat Charlotte. We lost to New York. Then tie, win, tie, win.
Tie, win. That's 4. So
yeah,
unbeaten in
4 for Cincinnati. 1-0 against San Jose. 2-2 against Montreal, and then 3-2 against New York City.
Okay, cool. Unbeaten in 4. I'll take it. That definitely. And by the way, we were above the playoff line earlier in the week, but that result from I believe it was New England kind of screwed us up a little bit, right? Or no, Columbus.
No, it was New England. It was New England, and it's not that bad because we're only in 8th by goal difference. Orlando has a -8 goal difference. We have a -9 goal difference.
Yeah, so we can maybe fix that up. Definitely, Orlando's been playing,
and we scored a lot more goals than them.
Yeah, Orlando's playing booty as of lately, so I believe that should change.
We have 32 goals. They have 28.
Yeah, fuck them. All right, so
and their home record is bad.
Yeah, no, they suck at home, unlike us. And hey, we've been fixing it away a little bit. We've been horrible away, but that last road trip actually went well. 4 points was really necessary there. So
couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep it up. Now, some breaking news from earlier today. These rumors started leaking a day or two ago.
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah, Matias Pellegrini to NYCFC. I believe it was announced by NYCFC this morning or early in the afternoon.
Weirdly, the team hasn't said anything about it. They haven't made any post about it.
They should soon. You know, there should be like a Pellegrini appreciation post. Again, that was our first ever signing.
Yeah, so that's why I find it weird they haven't said anything at all, even though only Pellegrini has announced it, but New York City also announced it too.
Yeah, it's weird, but we should see something soon. I don't know what the silence is all about, but you know Inter Miami's weird anyway. Yeah. Honestly, not the proudest announcement on their side, right? This isn't something to even... You know, it'd be funny if they don't post anything about it, but it wouldn't be all that surprising because this is kind of a major highlight of the dysfunctional side of Inter Miami, of the dysfunctional side of everything in the beginning of it, right? Because he was our first signing. We paid about $7-8 million, something crazy like that, to Estudiantes to get him. We played, oh my God, off the fucking crossbar. What a crazy shot. Nice. Dude, I can't stop watching this. Oh shit, again off the crossbar. Oh my fucking God. The same crossbar. I love the MLS. This shit is awesome.
MLS is great. The
MLS is great, dude. Twice off the crossbar, you can't get it in. And they still have possession in Seattle. Insane. I told you they can get that draw. We were just talking about it earlier and they're going for it. But yeah, the black eye that is Pellegrini and Carranza to Inter Miami, right? You paid about $12 million or so, $11 million for the two of them. They were your first two signings. It looked like we were going the Atlanta United direction. Wow. And was it offside? Oh, no, it was a goal. Rui Diaz with the header. It's tied 2-2. Fuck yeah. What a great game. Now, we saw that this Inter Miami was coming. It was going to be great. We've talked about it at length, right? Mm-hmm. And Pellegrini and Carranza just didn't pan out. You can't really just build around two players like that. You have to have a system to bring two players in like that, these young South Americans, so they can come and strive. We've seen it with Carranza and Philly. He's striving over there, right? Even with Lewis Morgan, who's a young Scottish player, young European, he came into New York and he's fitting in great. New York wasn't this good last year. They were not.
Not really, no. They got lucky in the playoffs because they didn't win last year, but they were supposed to face a very tough Philly squad, and then like days before the game, half the team got COVID.
Yeah, and you know what's funny to me about this? We keep seeing this in the chat, right? We've been seeing this ever since the Pellegrini rumors started swirling. Oh man, another Inter Miami player that's gonna go ball out for somebody else. Oh, this fucking sucks. And I'm trying to put this positive spin on it because it's just like, dude, guys, it was just such a horrible build. It was like
Yeah.
it was a FIFA build. It was like it was like McDonough was building a team on FIFA. None of the pieces fit. It was a mishmash squad. Will Trapp said it. It was a team of individuals. And individually they were great players. There just was no system between them.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, oh, Ricky Puig's in. That was
Nice.
another thing that got interesting in the chat. Everybody, what is that? You could have played in Europe, and they're all like trash, and I'm like, dude, if you got more money, fuck it, dude. Who cares? Let the guy
Secure
go get more
the
money.
bag.
You secure the bag, bro. Like you only get to play into your 30s. After that, you don't make the same income anymore.
What's he
Even
gonna
if
be?
you,
What's he gonna do in Barcelona?
yeah, just ride the bench and fizzle out.
Dude wants
So
to
he wanted
play.
to go. He wanted to get playing time, and you know what? If it's between a La Liga team that's paying me significantly less in LA and I'm getting less marketing opportunities, I'm gonna go to LA. So good for Ricky Puig. Now Pellegrini again. I think as the fans are kind of oh man, Pellegrini. Oh my God, another player that dude. Honestly, it seems like the team is kind of on that tip with the whole not announcing it, right? It seems like to them they're very embarrassed by all of this, and as they should be. It was I feel like they gave the keys to McDonough and nobody held them in check. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
really, they're just like, all right, and McDonough we trust, McDonough we trust. And I felt like it was a great build. I love the team, but these guys like Pellegrini, like Morgan, this is what happens, guys. They had these crazy contracts. We're against the rules. We know the MLS is salary capped, right? If we were going to keep Pellegrini, right, we wouldn't be able. Okay, here's the thing: we have Pellegrini as a DP, Pizarro as a DP, Higuain's team option, and Pozuelo. That's four DPs. That's four, and you can only buy out one of them. And like I said earlier, you want that spot open for Messi. You want to open up DP slots. And honestly, I think I said it earlier today, Pellegrini with 25 games between Libertadores and the Argentina Superliga, he had 25 appearances and 2 goals and assists or something like that. Like
Yeah, he wasn't exactly balling out either. So, I,
he
I
wasn't.
I'm fine. I'm not too like mad about this signing. Yeah, it makes us look bad, but we kind of have to just because of what McDonough did and how he screwed us over, we kind of just gotta trim the fanny and like rip off the band and we gotta start fresh like we did with and you see how we're playing. I don't
Yeah.
want to say we don't need him, but we kind of just need to like what we've done the hard part of the rebuild. We did the kicking out of everybody that was here in the first 2 seasons, and we're playing well. And rebuilt the squad. We have a new coach. We're playing well at home. You know what? We don't really see a spot for you here. We can. I technically get some money for you. I'm not sure if we do
No,
because
no, no, no.
he was a
No,
buyout, so we don't even
no,
make
no,
money
no.
off of it.
We gotta take that one on the chin. Yeah, we didn't make shit on that. And I'll get into that in
So
a little bit.
we
Yeah.
yeah we just gotta hold that L and move on. Basically, like that's kind of how it is right now.
Yeah, Pellegrini would be here's the thing. As a GAM player or whatever, right? Perfect. Stay on the team. I would love to see him grow and blossom with Inter Miami on a GAM level. He's not gonna reduce his contract to that. He's gonna
No,
make the
no,
money
should he? I
that
don't think he should.
yeah, yeah. So what happened was there, he shouldn't. And at the same time with us, like, okay, bye. We got to get rid of
Yeah,
you because what are we gonna have you on again? Like back to the DP thing. Like we have four DPs, we can only buy out one. So if we buy out Pizarro, we're stuck with Pellegrini, Pozuelo, and Higuain, or Pozuelo, and we're starting off the season with Pozuelo and Pellegrini possibly. And then there's that spot that you want for Messi that's not available. Uh, This Pellegrini move, and here's the thing about the whole I want to put Messi on the jersey and da, da, da. This Pellegrini move is more indication to me that the plan is to get Messi. You have to open
yeah,
up those DP spots to get him, and even if it's not Messi, it's to get a world class player. And Pellegrini is just not it. He's
yeah.
just not it.
We got to start looking forward more. Like I understand like the whole mess with all the other players, but we gotta just gotta cut our losses, take the L's, and just go look more forward. And I think with Henderson, that's what he's doing all the tough hard work and doing all the shit that needs to be done, and we just need to just move forward and like just go on, just deal with the messy breakup now, get it over with, and just move forward.
I think everybody wins. I think everybody wins. If you're
Yeah,
Pellegrini,
everybody
you're
wins.
happy.
Yeah.
Pellegrini, you're happy. You're out of limbo. You go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and you go to your chance to prove it in the United States like you always wanted. So you got that chance with NYCFC. NYCFC at this point has two DPs because they lost Tati Castellanos. They have two DPs. So I think Pellegrini fills up the young DP slot.
I
Or
believe so.
Tati Castellanos does, because I believe he's out on loan. Since he's out on loan, I think he still counts against it. So they have their four DPs, either Tati or Matias, or like the young DP. They have the space for him. And you know what? NYCFC, MLS Cup champions, they have a system with Maxi Morales and company over there. They have their little system going on. Pellegrini should fit in well there. I think better than he fit in here. What do we get? We get this open DP slot. You know what? I'm lying actually. I don't think everybody wins in this situation. I think the only loser is Jorge Mas and David Beckham's wallet, because
Yeah.
that's $8 million down the drain. Just like Julian Carranza is pretty much down the drain. Julian Carranza, at least we got GAM for him or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like
Um,
that. I actually have a little thing. I'm looking at a little thing here. Basically, this is a write up from MLS Soccer. Quote: The club used an off-season buyout in quotes. In the simplest terms, that means the mechanism. That means just a mechanism for his MLS salary cap. He couldn't play in MLS games, but Miami were still paying him and technically controlled his rights. So
yes,
we were just
because
paying him just to hang out.
yeah, 100%. We were paying for most of his contract while he was at Estudiantes, so that's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works with Pizarro. That's the way it works with Campana. Campana's most of his contract is coming from Wolves. If you see Campana's salary, it looks really low, but no, don't get confused. He's getting a check in the direct deposit from England, from the
Yeah,
Premier.
because I think his
Yeah,
salary was like 150K, but
no,
he's on
less.
but
No,
he's
he
on
was like at
loan.
60K. He was like,
Yeah,
he gets from Inter Miami. He gets like 60K. For Wolves is where he gets most of his salary from.
Yeah, because
That's
he's
kind
a
of
loanee.
that's kind of the way it works with the loanees and the loans. But at the end of the day, yeah, the only loser would be our money. We had to put him on waivers. We just basically put him on waivers. NYC claimed him. That's good for us in the sense that we got him off the books.
Yeah,
So
we had to.
Pellegrini, hey, and Matias, best of luck to you, man. In my heart, you'll always be the first Inter Miami player ever. And that weird photo shoot where they gave you all this Inter Miami gear that was never actually released. Do you remember that?
Kinda, yeah.
I was super excited to like buy that windbreaker, and then we found out it was like a Hollister windbreaker that they just slapped like an Inter Miami logo
Oh
on or
my
something.
god.
It was
They
funny.
probably had
Somebody
not
found
gotten
it.
their merchandise yet because we were such a new team and it was during COVID and shit.
Yeah. No, no, it was before COVID.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
it was
like
right before,
20.
right before. Yeah, yeah,
This
you're
is
right, you're
like
right.
2018 and shit. This is before we even had Lockhart or whatever.
Yeah.
Right when we announced that we are gonna go to Lockhart, I don't know. That's when they started signing players or whatever. Or, it was honestly before. It might have been like 2018 when they signed them. But either way, Matias always have a special place in my heart. Not so special because you didn't really pan out. But best of luck to you, kid. Honestly, I never want to root for such a young player to do bad. Honestly,
Yeah, no. All
and
of us,
I
yeah.
don't. A lot of us Inter Miami fans are kind of like, oh man, Morgan's playing so good and Carranza. And I know deep in our hearts we don't want to see them play good. It's the same thing with the Marlins players or like the Dolphins players or Heat players when
Yeah.
they leave and they play good for a better team. But like in my heart, this is different because it's just like it's a young kid. With soccer, you see them; they're really young. I want to see them ball out, and I want to see them do good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the good thinking in me, which I don't think really dominates most of the time. Usually, the little devil gets in my head, like, please suck, please make us feel good about it. But
As long
whatever,
as it doesn't affect us, you can. I hope he balls out.
as long as it's not against us, exactly. As long as it's against Orlando, go ball out against Orlando,
Got a hat
and
trick, yeah.
put up a stinker against us, please. All right, so coming up next is the Toronto match, which has a lot of implications. Toronto, I believe, is at 30 points and we're at 33,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they have the opportunity to climb up to our level with a win. They're definitely coming for that win. It's a weird game with a lot of different storylines. You have Pozuelo's first game against Toronto, the team that literally sold him to us. They sold him to us for a washing machine, right? It was similar to the Pellegrini situation. Like we gave him like 50K in GAM, something like
Yeah.
stupid. We might as well have given them a fucking new fridge and a fucking
For real.
and some Gatorade coolers or something. But
That's
yeah,
MLS deals for you, baby.
well, hey, at the moment, everybody's like, Toronto giving up Pozuelo for nothing. Oh my God, right? Well, here's the line of thinking that happened. Insignia's coming. What was rumored is that Insignia wanted to play with Bernardeschi. To get Bernardeschi, they had to move Pozuelo's contract, right?
Yeah.
But like I said earlier in the podcast, Toronto's back from the dead now. So was that the worst move? I don't know. Maybe it was
It,
just
wa-
time for the
It worked
And
out for
again,
everybody.
just like the Pellegrini thing, man. Maybe it was just better for both sides. Everybody's winning. Pozuelo came to Miami. He's happy here. And Insigne and Bernardeschi are kind of changing the culture around Toronto with Michael Bradley there, and they're playing well. So this aims to be a really good game. I'm actually bringing my dad's really close friend, Gianni, who is a big Napoli supporter. So he's gonna go nuts with the Higuain versus Insigne matchup. And it's crazy to me that that's like the fourth storyline.
Oh my
Right?
god, yeah, there's so many storylines with this game.
This game is gonna be awesome. We're gonna show out. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be amazing. You guys have to watch. Go look towards the north stand after the national anthem for a surprise. It's gonna be badass. It's
Also,
gonna be badass.
don't forget 2-for-1 tickets this game.
Yeah, 2-for-1 tickets. There's a lot of promotions going on. They're trying to fill the house. Is it nationally televised? I'm not sure. Maybe.
I can double check for you in a second.
Yeah, double check for me, but I do think it's nationally televised with the attention that's being put on this game and the implications between all of this. Because if we win, we do get up to 36 points. That should help us. We've made Drive Pink Stadium a fortress, and we've beat a lot harder teams like NYCFC last week in our fortress than Toronto.
I don't
think-
believe it's nationally televised. It's on ESPN Plus, My 33, and Unimas.
No, definitely not.
I think
Definitely
only
not.
ESPN is nationally televised.
No. Yeah, it's not nationally televised. If it's on My 33, then it's not. The ESPN Plus is just they get the stream from us or they get the stream from Toronto.
I can't wait till next year when we don't have to worry about fucking like where we have to watch it and shit. Just fucking buy it on Apple. I can't wait.
Ooh, oh my lord. Oh, Seattle with the third goal. Seattle with the third goal.
They're winning?
They're winning now. I told you, dude.
MLS,
Oh my
let's
God.
go.
So the standings that we had in the beginning are now notified. Seattle should
Already, yeah.
LA
That's
should move
MLS
down.
for you, man.
We'll get into that in a little bit, but one of the main storylines is Pozuelo's first game against Toronto. He has plenty to be excited about. He's coming off a great game, his best game as an Inter Miami player. He's looking to continue that momentum and prove his old team wrong. There's nothing in sports like the player going up against his old team.
It's great.
It really is. So,
You think he'll celebrate?
I don't think so. I think he's a classy guy.
Yeah, I
he's a
don't think he'll celebrate. I don't think
he'll. I mean, he'll celebrate, but like humbly. You're always gonna celebrate a goal, but he's not gonna go and do a backflip and start humping the corner.
I mean,
flag
last game
ball,
he fucking took his shirt off last game.
Yeah, no, but that's a game winner. If he
Yeah.
hits a game winner against Toronto, he's gonna take his shirt off again. Hey, I guess I'm gonna ask you: have you noticed this? He likes to wear the long sleeves, even on the hot, humid nights. When he took off his shirt, I didn't notice the sleeves. I think he took them off for the second half.
He does
Yeah,
that. I noticed he's
let's
been
look
doing
into
that.
that.
He'll wear them in the first half and take them off in the second half.
I always thought it was a skin thing. Usually, see the athletes they cover their arms because of skin cancer and stuff like that. They don't the sun. But he was doing it in a night game, or like they do it for the cold, but it's like hot.
I think it's just something he might be
maybe it's
used to
like-
just wearing long sleeves. Like it's just a comfort thing. Because I know
Yeah.
even I remember I saw a game a while ago. It was like an England game, and it was at Hard Rock. It was England, I think, versus Honduras, and Wayne Rooney was there in the hot sun wearing long sleeves.
Yeah, kind of like it's just something you're used to. So like you
Yeah,
just
he's
go
like,
with
fuck it, I'm just. It feels weird not wearing the long sleeves. So he was down here in the boiling sun wearing long sleeves, and he was suffering.
it. Yeah. So yeah, maybe the same thing with Pozuelo there. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see Pozuelo get his chance against his old team. I do think this is a very winnable game. I'm not settling for a draw at home here.
No, we need every game is a must win now.
Every game's a must win, and this is the 9th game, right? We got 9 games now.
I believe so. It's I believe 9 games left in this season.
This is the first of the last 9 games, and it looks like to me that I think we're gonna win. So my prediction is 3-1. I think we'll get 3 goals. I think we'll put it away early. I hope they don't make us suffer. Hope they put it away early. Maybe get 2 goals in the first half, 1 in the second half. Maybe get 2-1 and just get like a little accent goal at the end there.
Yeah,
But, that's
I
my
agree.
prediction.
With,
How
I,
about
I
you?
agree with that score, 3-1. I say 2-1 in the first half and an extra goal in the second.
Yeah, same. So let's make it happen, Inter Miami. Let's do it. Let's get into this playoff picture. We're in the playoff picture, but let's get into the playoff line and kind of cement our spot in there. And I think it's possible, 100%. Any last things about Toronto?
We do have 9 games left. I just counted. Yeah, we do actually have 9 games, including this Toronto game today/tomorrow.
Am I missing any storylines here? I think we covered everything, huh?
I think we're good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We can go on to the last thing.
All right, so last, definitely not least, we love our jerseys over here. Akeem actually picked up two new jerseys. He got the Pride top and the
Yeah,
4th of July top from
this year's
this
Pride
year.
and Americana kit. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are actually a lot of jerseys are on sale. They also had last year's goalie jersey, but that one was like $70 still, so I didn't get it. But it also,
Ooh,
I think the military one, the new one this year, the
the
gray
white,
one,
the white one, yeah.
that one's on sale, and so is the prime blue, the white and like peach
Yeah,
colored one.
that one's been on sale for a little bit now. Um, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on those for now. But
You know I'm a jersey
um,
collector, so I'm just gonna get them for the sake of having them.
a jersey that is on my radar, and it's on a lot of other people's radars, but not for good reason. For me, I'm iffy about it. It's the USA. So there's been leaks. There's a TikTok that's been going viral where somebody went to Dick's and saw the leaked jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like the leak is actually pretty spot on as far as the white jersey goes. There's theories. Some people think that the blue one, it's kind of like a blue and black tie dye, kind of acid wash looking thing.
It
There's
looks
there's
kind of
rumors.
like the one we had a couple years ago. That was like a military reference. It looks kind
I
of
have
like
that one.
that.
I have that one, and I like that about it because I love
Yeah.
tie dye jerseys.
So it's
So
basically that, but not even as like what's the word I'm looking for? Not as pronounced as as a design for that
so
one.
the yeah, so the one I have is like a dark blue camo with the red
Yeah.
stripes going down the sides. It's like a dark blue camo. It looks pretty cool. And the one that got leaked is kind of like an acid wash tie dye blue, black and blue. Looks really cool. I don't know. I love it. I think that one's sick. I'm definitely picking that one up. If that's the away jersey, which I think it might be, and then the home jersey is white. But what's most surprising about them is the crest placement. Instead of being over your
Yeah.
heart, it is now
In the
right here in
middle.
the middle.
Also, there's no
Which
Nike logo on the front either. They're on the sleeves.
they're on the sleeves, and the sleeves have like these little like stripes on the side there.
I'm
I
not
saw
feeling
an
that.
I saw an Arsenal kit like that. Don't feel those. I think Man U's done that before too, right? Or no?
I think they might
Maybe.
have done it like in the '90s because in
Yeah,
the
it's like
'90s
a
there was a lot of like
96.
there was
Because
like a lot of experimentation. People are saying that it's a homage to like you remember the Total 90 days.
yeah,
It
it
looks
looks
like
like
an
the
old
total. Yeah,
Total 90 jersey. That's what it looks like a redux of that, which I guess, but it doesn't even look like a good Total 90 jersey. I still have some of those jerseys, and it doesn't even look that good.
it's honestly I didn't like it too much when it was Total 90, and I don't like it too much now. The way they're getting me is just the blue and black. I love that blue and black tie dye. I think it's cool. Here's one thing I'll say, and a lot of people have been mentioning this in the Barra 76 chats between National and Miami or whatever. I think we're gonna get used to it. I think it'll grow on us with time as we see them play in it, especially
Yeah.
if they make good memories in it, right? If they can make some, if they can beat England or tie England in that jersey, like your memories of the jersey tend to be a little bit fonder.
That is
Um,
true. That happened with the people remember. I don't know if people remember discourse around the World's Waldo jersey. But that was the reason why a lot of people hated it. But now it's become more of an iconic jersey, similar to the Centennial jersey too. Because that was just a plain white with the crest, but that was homage to the beginning of the Soccer Federation.
Yeah, both those jerseys are some of my all-time favorites. I actually love them both right out the gate. I thought those were really cool. Barra 76, we use that Centennial crest a lot. And
Yeah,
I think it's a really cool crest. But again, it's on the heart, like all soccer,
that's the thing though.
football
Yeah,
jerseys.
having a centered crest has always been weird to me.
Check it out. Watch me right now. Like, how weird does this look?
It looks unless there's like a design reason for it. Like LAFC has the only centered crest right now
Oh, they
on
do. You're right.
on their home
Hey,
jersey. They
too
but
bad
it
on
works
them.
with the
I thought it looks
design. It works with
I
the
believe
design.
into. I don't think it's too bad. I'm not the biggest hater on it. I'm actually kind of happy with them. It could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could have been the ones that first leaked. Did you see those? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I don't
I
think the
would
jerseys
have
are
had an
ugly.
aneurysm.
I don't think they're ugly. I just think it just looked very eh. And for a World Cup, especially one where we didn't qualify for the World Cup last year, so it was like, all right, cool, we finally get a World Cup jersey. We're fucking back, baby. America's back. And then we come out with this. It's just like, eh.
No. I don't see it that way, but I get it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, especially when it comes to jizz. Look at this one. When this one came out, I was the biggest hater on this. I love it now. I think it's a really, it's grown
I
on me.
always thought
And
it was. I liked it because of the collar.
the collar's pretty cool. I like the stripes to the sleeve here. I like the X Mana. I think it just. I feel like we finally have like a full kit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm digging this kit. I really am digging this kit, but I did it in the beginning. I hated on this kit so much, and it really grew on me. And honestly, it was the same thing with the USA one that I saw. But it's been, I think, 2 or 3 days now that we've been looking at it, and it's growing on me. I think it's cool. Who it seems it didn't grow on are the players. There have been two players. Well, this is interesting, man. I love to see this. Two players that actually I met at Drive Pink. Funny enough, I met
That's
Weston
true.
McKinney during the Ronaldinho game. I didn't know he was gonna play. That was so funny. I would have brought a USA jersey for him to sign.
I honestly think
Um,
people just like last minute just shit like, fuck it, I'm in South
yeah,
Florida.
I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami.
I'll pass by. Give me the
Ronaldinho.
address. I'll Google that shit and I'll drive
Yeah.
by. I think that's what happened, honestly.
Yeah. A few of them got early like that. A few of them didn't come on the bus, and I think Weston was one of those that he showed up early, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah.
And then that was cool. And then Timothy Weah was at a game. Greg Berhalter was at a game last game too.
He was at our last game and he met because they were doing
Wait.
something with the little Haiti FC thing.
All right,
They're giving them
wait.
laptops, and
Wait,
he got to meet them.
He was there watching Dest. I mean, Dest Yedlin. He was
Also,
there watching Yedlin.
I also saw an interview. Drake Callender got to talk to him too.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Drake's on the radar. Drake's on the radar.
Yeah, they
Matthew
might need
Doyle,
him.
we mentioned it. We mentioned it earlier. Drake's on the radar for the U.S. men's national team. No doubt.
Definitely.
And as he
if-
should be, he's balling.
If Matt Turner or I would guess I guess Bill Hamid doesn't show out or something happens, God forbid, I think he's like in the running to be. I think he will be a good third option.
This World Cup,
I think so.
no.
He's 20. He's like what, 23, 24?
0% happening.
Like I said,
We're too
if something
deep.
happens, if for some reason they need a third string, I think he's a good option.
Man, dude, I think I would have to see like 5 or 6 American goalkeepers go down.
What
before he
other
goes
5
down.
or 6 American goalkeepers are there?
I got you. Right now, listen, I got you.
Matt
Number
Turner.
one goalkeeper, Matt Turner. Let's just give him the Matt Turner.
Bill
Number two,
Hamid.
Zach Steffen. Zach
Zach,
Steffen.
Zach, that was
No,
the one
wait,
who I
wait,
was thinking he could replace.
Bill Hamid's way down the line. All right, so we got Turner, Steffen, Horvath. After Horvath, that's
you're right
the
about
top
Horvath.
3. Number 4, Sean Johnson. Number 5, Bill Hamid. Then Gaga Slonina at like 6. And only because Gaga Slonina is like 18 years old, right? And then maybe Drake Callender, maybe. But this World Cup run, you're gonna take 3 goalkeepers. That's it.
Yeah, of course.
You're gonna take 3, and I think it's gonna be Horvath, Steffen, and Matt Turner. If one of them goes down, I believe Sean Johnson's now down the line, and I think Sean Johnson is the best third keeper you have now. Now, when you're talking 2026, that all changes. Everything can change between now and 2026. That's 4 years away. Anything can happen there, and I do see Drake Callender being able to get that third one. I could see something in 26 where like Gaga Slonina's are number 1, Matt Turner's are number 2, and Drake Callender's are 3.
He's
I think
24 years old, by the way.
Drake, yeah. So he'll be 28 then. He'll be, more mature. He'll be in his prime. I think that's a possibility.
And goalkeeper years, they're like dog years. They can
Yeah.
play till like fucking 40.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So, Drake's there, whatever. But going back a little bit to Drake Callender talking to Berhalter, Yedlin balling out of his mind because Berhalter was there. I thought it was interesting to see Inter Miami post pictures of Berhalter on their account, like hanging out with the little Haiti FC players. That's
Hey.
interesting to me because there's a lot of noise between Jesse Marsh becoming our coach eventually down the line. I can see it. We're hosting the World Cup. We need a big name. Jesse Marsh is that. He's a Premier League coach. There's a lot of coaches overseas in Europe doing good, American coaches. I
Yeah.
believe somebody else down the line deserves a chance. And I love Greg. Greg's done great to build it up. And I think it's nothing against them, but I do think there are better options for 2026. And I do think the Federation is going to look at them. Now, if Greg Berhalter becomes available, right, after this World Cup, after Neville's next season, Like let's say the World Cup ends, I don't know, not super bad, but whatever, and they say, hey, you know what, at the end of the World Cup they say we're gonna go in a different direction. The federation's gonna seek out something new, and federation usually takes a while to get somebody anyway, right?
Yeah,
What if
they
Berhalter,
move very slowly. Yeah,
what if Berhalter becomes available for next year, right? What about
I
Neville
don't
if he
hate it.
doesn't make the playoffs? I'd love it. He had a lot of success with Columbus. He built them up,
Hmm.
and they won MLS Cup. He wasn't the coach, but he had built the whole system there. Berhalter to Inter Miami, baby.
He had a winning record at Columbus.
He likes his shoes. He looks fresh, man. Who doesn't like Miami?
His
I
sneaker
think
game is on point, though. I
his
will
sneaker
give him
game.
that. His sneaker
Yeah,
game is.
sneaker game's on point. I think he'd be a great fit here. So that's another little tidbit. If you listen this long, our Berhalter to Inter Miami. I'm off the Vermees train now. I'm on the Berhalter train.
Switched allegiances.
Yeah, I want Berhalter, dude. I saw that and I got a boner, dude. Fucking Berhalter on our page, like my
Hey,
head blew up.
I
That
actually
shit was
agree with
crazy.
that. Unlike your Peter Vermees pick, I fuck with that. Yeah.
It's better. It's better than getting Vermees who's stinking up the joint, right? You're getting Greg
I
Berhalter, who
remember when I text you when they blew that 3-1 lead. I text you. I was like, "Yo, you still want this guy?" Like,
yeah. It's tough. It's tough, right? Between him and Neville, you'd probably pick Neville at this point.
right now,
But if
yeah. Why
Berhalter,
not?
but if Berhalter becomes available, look, he built up Columbus. He built up the U.S. Hello, we got something to build up too. Neville's doing an okay job at it, but going forward, I don't think he's a permanent solution. I
Yeah.
really don't. I think that's one thing we could definitely agree on. He's not a permanent solution going forward.
Nah.
Now, back to the two players. It's funny, the whole Drive Pink, Inter Miami connection, all of them there. That's one thing I love about having MLS down here. Like now we're getting U.S. men's national team players coming through our stadium every now and then. I met Wea too at the team store. They're printing a jersey for him. That was pretty
Nice.
cool. I got to hang out with him for a little bit, talk to him. But Wea's comment was funny. Wea put wait, actually let me go to McKinney first. Weston McKinney put, we tried telling them, and like an emoji, like a sad emoji or something like that, with a
Yeah.
tear, something along those lines. So basically, if you don't get the lingo, if you're behind, because a lot of people don't, we tried telling them means like we tried like letting them know they
Yeah.
weren't
Like.
it. The
Yeah. Like,
players let them know.
I didn't come out and say it's ugly. I doubt they can do that, but like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they like give their input and they're like, "Oh, that's it, really?" Like, I'm pretty sure that was the vibe.
Yeah, I could say I'm being really honest with me. Like it's not it. It's just not it. Like no,
Nah.
right? But next,
For your return to the World Cup, I don't think it's the best effort. It's not an ugly jersey. It looks it and I saw this on it was Football America or whatever that show's called. They look like training jerseys. They look like the warm up
they do.
jerseys. They really do. They don't look like this is America's return to the World Cup. And I think it was what's his face it was Hercules. It was Hercules Gomez. He was saying like, and kind of like what I said, this is our return to the World Cup. So we need to be like, yo, America, we're here, we're back, fuck it, USA, USA. That's what we're expecting. That's what I would think, like your grand return to the World Cup. But now they look like training jerseys. Like I just expected better.
I disagree because I think once you get a World Cup patch on it and you see it on the field and you see Christian Pulisic and Weston McKinney and you see their names and numbers on the back, I think it would look like a World Cup jersey and it would look like a return. I like I said, I was of the same opinion as you and Hercules and stuff in the beginning, but I've changed now. I think it's gonna look sick with a World Cup patch on it. With a they usually put like UNICEF or some foundation on the other side. It's gonna look like a
Hmm.
real kit, and I think it's gonna look cool. And I'm kind of digging the homage in a way. I think it's a cool homage to earlier jerseys, and I'm down with it. I'm honestly not opposed to it at all. And I'm as soon as I can buy that black and blue one, it's mine. The white one, forget it, because it's gonna be so nasty and stained,
Yeah.
especially after those 3 watch parties we're gonna have at all dinners.
Yeah,
Hell
for real.
no. It's gonna be full of all like ketchup from the fish and chips that I'm eating and shit, and the fucking French fries. I don't know. Not getting the white one, but I'll definitely get the black and blue one. That's more my style. Definitely like that. And once the white one goes on sale at Marshalls, holla at me.
Yeah.
How about,
I know
hey,
that's
what do you feel about this one? I saw people talking about this one in some of the chats earlier. Authentic or replica? I always go authentic.
I try to go authentic as much as I can. That's why I
And
usually wait for jerseys to go on sale to the end of the season because I'd rather pay less for the authentic. Somebody bought me the replica jersey that you're wearing, and it
yeah.
doesn't have the X amount on it. It doesn't have certain details. It still has the collar, but somebody bought it for me. I was still gonna buy the authentic one regardless.
By the way, to clarify, We're not talking about like if it's a real jersey versus a fake jersey. There's two versions of most Adidas and Nike jerseys. There's the replica, which is a like cloth patch, and like Akeem mentioned, it's missing like the patches on the sides and stuff like that. And it's sort of just a little bit lower quality. They actually do run a little bit bigger versus the authentic. The reason why they're
Different
authentic,
material.
yeah, it's a little bit different material. Now, the authentic, this is the same one that a player wears. And I've actually confirmed this a few times where, the players throw us a jersey, have it side by side. I actually have Noah Allen's kit, and the one Noah Allen he gave me is the same. Everything's exactly the
Yeah.
same.
And
So
this
these
patch
are,
is like a sew-on patch instead of yours like a rubber patch.
yeah.
This is different material. It doesn't have the heartbeat thing on it on
Yeah.
the sleeves. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the
It
sponsor
also,
on it. So yeah, it's made a completely different material. So that's
yeah,
what. Yes. Yeah. Mine doesn't have that either.
yeah.
So
Yours
yeah,
does
like I
have
said,
Libertad para soñar on the back, though.
yes.
It does. But these honestly they feel fresher. Those are like polyester, and these are like I think they're polyester too, but they're more like dry fit.
It's a
They're more
different blend. Yeah.
breathable. They're more breathable. I prefer them 100%.
Yeah. They're
If I
much
can
better.
go if I can go with the authentic, I'll go with it. So usually the replica goes for like 90 or 100,
No, the,
110.
the replica is usually like 60, 70,
No,
and
no,
then
no,
the authentic is usually like 100, 110.
no, 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 no. You gotta the $60 ones are usually the training kits. The training kits usually go for about 60, 50 to 60. The or I think 40. No, 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 not 40. 40 is the Miami FC ones, like the off-brand stuff.
Right
Uh,
now on the store, the which one
on
is the
sale
store?
maybe. But
No,
retail,
no, this is
yeah,
regular
retail's
price.
for 90.
Regular, yeah, you're right. Regular price is
90.
$90. Damn,
Yeah, and
jersey
then
price has gone up. Holy shit.
no, it's been like that for a little bit, but yeah, authentics go for 135.
Yeah,
Authentics go for 135. From time to time, I do spend the 135 on them. This one was a gift. I got this authentic as a gift, so that was great. I was waiting like you were gonna go on sale. I kept waiting for La Palma to go on sale, and it never really did.
it still hasn't.
So
Yeah, I've been waiting for that one too.
yeah, but I ended up buying it because a lot of them are coming with the XBTO, and I had the opportunity of getting one that was raw, that had no
They didn't have
sponsor.
it. Yeah.
I was able to put the 1896 for one last time on a jersey, and I threw the Yedlin on the back. I got a cute. I customized it. I threw a bunch of stuff on it. It was really cool. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait for the authentic for the USA's, or I'm gonna get it as soon as it comes out. I'll pay I think Nike's 155. It's a little bit more expensive than the Adidas ones, but I'm definitely getting my authentic 3X, 2X, whatever the biggest size I can get. But I'm excited for those kids, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, McKinney said this isn't. We tried telling them with the emoji, and Tim Wea said we're just as mad as y'all.
That
Something like that.
I think that's more of a statement than what McKinney
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, 100%. I think Timothy really expressed his disinterest in him, but I think, and I'll stand with my opinion. I think Timmy and the players, it'll grow on them. They're not gonna.
I think it will. I just thought they could have done more with it. It's not a bad jersey, like I said before. It's just underwhelming for me.
Yeah.
But it's not. They're not
Alright.
ugly. I don't think they're garbage. They're just underwhelming. That's all.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say they're a tad underwhelming, but not too underwhelming.
Yeah.
So, while we were talking about that, LA got a handball. I mean,
I just
Seattle,
saw. Yeah, it's
yeah,
3-3.
3-3. So, yeah, the West is pretty wild right now. So, pretty fitting result for a crazy
95th
game.
minute. 95th minute right now.
Any final thoughts, Akeem?
We covered everything. I remember how you said this is gonna be a short episode. We've recorded an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah, I looked at the clock already. I was like, oh shit, we want.
It happens, but yeah.
But we're not. We haven't recorded one in a while, so makes sense. For me, final thoughts. I was just at Maurice.
Oh,
I
that's
was just at
true.
Maurice.
Hey,
Yeah,
enjoy it while you can, man. That thing's gonna be our home soon, so enjoy it while you can.
yeah. Again, I live really close to there, so and I do like going every now and then to the driving range, slap some balls, decompress after a long week of work. First week back at school, I am a science teacher.
That's true.
Akeem, full circle. Akeem was making fun of my lack of adjectives, but I am a scientist. I don't use a lot of adjectives in scientific writing.
Yeah. So,
but-
ironically enough, I work for a photo company that does yearbooks. So, school year is a thing now for me. Now I have to remember.
Well, yeah. Honestly, we gave out the kids. We gave them their picture day forms already.
Mhm.
It's for them to start buying their picture forms. So yeah, I'm sure you're getting right into it. But yeah, dude, start off the week, wanted to go slap some balls, and I said, you know what? Let me go to Maurice while I can. Went to the driving range, and went to the little putting range there too, and practice on some putts. Nothing like a little golf to decompress, a little tennis. I've been getting into that in my later years. I'm getting old now. Can't go
Yep.
ball up at the park anymore, dude.
Yeah,
I just don't have it
exactly.
in me.
Get your ankles broken by some 20-year-olds, by some
Oh
Zoomers, bro.
man, nah, hell no, not on my watch, dude. Fuck no.
The ankles
I'm
were
motherfucker.
safe. Need them for
I'm
the
talking about
games.
Flagrant 2, man. Flagrant 2 coming up
For
here, bringing
real.
mine goes. Nah. But yeah, definitely don't want that to happen. So yeah, little golf in there. And then, get a little golf in tonight at Maurice. It's funny, my friend was pretty inebriated. Eddie, he showed up and he's talking to them about Miami Freedom Park. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dude, they work for Maurice. What do you think they're gonna
Yeah, they're gonna
like?
lose
Why are
their
you even
jobs, bro.
yeah, like that's kind of fucked up, And I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you even like rubbing it in their face? And they're all sorts of misinformed. It's all fine. They're like, oh, it's not 100% yet, and they still have to. They
Of
were like,
course they're gonna
they
say
still have
that.
whatever. But I do really feel a little bit bad, but I don't because at the end of the day, this Miami Freedom Park project is good for the city. I don't care what anybody says.
It
That
is.
golf that golf course only benefits a very small portion of the population of Miami, while this can benefit many, many more with the free soccer fields, with the mall,
Hotels, all that
commercial
shit.
opportunities. Yeah, there's gonna be jobs, way more jobs there than what
Way
the
more
golf
jobs
provides.
than
So,
than a golf course.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but people are always gonna have their opinions, especially the golfers. But hey, go to Miami Springs. It's not that far. Uh,
Exactly.
so with that, here to close out the episode. You guys have a good one. Thank you for listening. Appreciate all the listens and all the views. We love you guys, and can't wait to see you guys tomorrow at the game.
Good luck and have fun, guys.